So today I am joined by Josh Siegel and Scott Ginsberg, COO and CEO, respectively, of Titan Casket. Guys, I'm so excited to finally be talking with you today. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us.
yeah, thanks.
So let's start at the beginning. So according to your website, the mission of Titan Casket is to improve the funeral planning process by making caskets easily accessible, customizable, and affordable for all. It basically sounds like you may have identified a problem and found the solution. Is that true, or how did Titan come about?
We're still trying to find the solution, but we're always growing, exploring, and learning new things every day. Titan started in 2016. I've been a casket manufacturer for a long time,
Hmm.
and I knew of the funeral rule. And the funeral rule gives the consumer the right to purchase funeral goods and have it sent to the funeral home of their choice. It's their right and it's the law.
Okay.
So, knowing that, back in 2016, I started Titan Casket by giving families choices today because this industry hasn't changed in over 100 years. People go to the same funeral home they've always gone to, look at the half a dozen caskets in that selection room, and that's what they choose from. And they pay a much higher price than they should and have a very small selection.
Hmm.
So my thought was, why not give families options, give them price transparency, and educate them through that funeral process. So now they can have much more of a selection and honor that loved one the way they thought it should be appropriate for them. They want a unique color, unique style, whatever way they want to help to honor that loved one. That's what we're here for.
And do funeral homes love you all or hate you all? Are you guys
Well,
considered disruptors, or would you consider yourself disruptors?
No, I don't think that's how we describe ourselves. I think
No.
we're offering another channel for consumers to shop. I think when we founded the company, we probably were our messaging was more, hey, you should buy from us. It's a better way. I think
Hmm.
now we've evolved to where I think there's a lot of people doing really good work in this profession,
Hmm.
and we should all support each other. And then there are bad apples, and we should all try to root out that behavior. And so as we've I think earned our reputation through being excellent at product and service and operations, as well as broadened our messaging as an educational one. I think I don't want to say embraced, but I think more and more we feel embraced by the profession, and we're trying to do the right thing, and that's what we wake up every day trying to be a little better.
That's
and have
excellent.
fun on the way.
Yeah. Oh, you can tell you guys have fun, definitely, like on your social and things like that. There's definitely a sense, and correct me if I'm wrong, as you all are clearly more ingrained in the industry, but there's definitely a sense that there's a kind of a shift in the funeral space. Like you said, Scott, the industry really hasn't changed much in 100 years. It feels like it's starting to change. There are more options. We're looking at, we have green burials, and I interviewed somebody from the company Send Off, and they create custom funerals and things like that. Do you get that sense that there's a shift in the industry?
I think so. I think people are more aware because of social media, because of the internet. People are more open to complex transactions, looking for more choices than ever before.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think there's a shift. I think a lot of funerals are a lot more progressive than they were.
Hmm. And I think that's great. I think that's great for consumers, like you were saying, Josh. So, in terms of, you all have the largest selection of caskets online. How many are we talking? How many do you have?
1,000 options.
That is amazing. And can you kind of describe like the variety that people have to choose from? And
You can choose from an orange to a yellow to a purple to a red to an oversized casket to a mushroom casket to a wicker casket, urns. I mean, am I missing something, Josh?
It's
There's
just
so
well,
many.
only 850 more. But yeah, every type of material you could think of, every color,
Yeah.
size. That's really what's different is that with any online business, you have unlimited shelf space,
yeah.
and the way we've set up our manufacturing is so we can build every day. And so you order something today, we build it and ship it out tomorrow. We're not
Okay.
stocking an orange 33-inch in all our warehouses, but if
Okay.
you want that, it'll go out the door tomorrow.
And so you have just a separate manufacturing space
Yep,
that people build these kind of on demand, if
exactly.
you will. Okay,
Yep. And then we
that's
have the
interesting.
normal everyday, caskets that we keep in our 5 warehouses throughout the country.
Okay. Wow. And they all come with free shipping.
Yes.
That is amazing. And so talk to me about the timeline. So somebody passes unexpected. I mean, I gather you've got probably two types of customers, ones who pre-order and ones who they're purchased when somebody passes away. What's the timeline when somebody passes? Like how quickly is that casket made and shipped and arrived at the funeral home?
So we've evolved. We're going to have an option for everybody. So if you have
Okay.
a funeral tomorrow, we'll have an option for you. Will it be exactly what you want? We might have limited selection for tomorrow, but at this point, we've evolved our operations where we can be in every zip code in the U.S. in 2 business days.
That is amazing.
And our free shipping is sometimes in the 1 to 4 day range, but we can get you a casket in 2 business days.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fascinating. Uh, so what's your best seller? Or do you have one?
I mean, our Orion series, I would say, probably is our best seller.
And what describe that for me?
It's a steel casket.
Okay.
Comes in almost every color in the spectrum,
Okay.
and it's a gasketed casket, and it's a super casket. It's
Uh,
one of our most popular caskets. It's the most popular casket.
Yeah, actually, you mentioned there's the funeral industry is changing, and there
Yeah.
are so many more options. But
Yeah.
the truth is that most people still pick very traditional means. And
Is that
so if
right?
you look at our selection and what we actually sell, it's largely exactly what sells in the U.S. On average. We skew a little more towards unique colors and sizes, but not
Mhm.
50% more, because there's still that awareness getting out there. Change is coming, but it's slow.
Okay. Okay. What's the most outlandish or unusual one that you do offer?
Oof, outlandish. I mean,
I mean,
we've from color selection, from yellow to orange to like a red interior. Um, we've made them for TV and movie sets, unusual ones. I'm just trying to think the most unusual. What's the
I
unusual
would say
thing, Josh?
the mushroom
The
one
mushroom.
we've been
Yeah, that's a
selling this year
mushroom.
is
Yeah.
So it's
is
actually
really
made of
killing.
mushrooms.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Any particular kind of mushrooms?
Um,
Not
no,
not the fun
No.
ones.
just yeah.
Um,
And mushroom urns too.
okay. That's fascinating. Um, so in terms of your social media, I think probably the first one I saw was the one about how caskets are made, and it's absolutely hysterical. If you haven't anybody listening, if you have not looked at Titan Caskets social, you've got to. I will post it in the show notes. Um, who like what's the brains behind your social media stuff? Some of it I've fallen for. I'm like, oh, that's really funny, and then I'm like, oh, that's not a joke. And then other ones I'm like, wow, that's really serious, but it's a joke. So it keeps you on your
Yeah,
toes.
Yeah.
we're a small team, so
Yeah,
nearly everything we do, we try
Is
to anchor it in one of our core messages, which is we have limitless selection, or we can get you something fast, or an educational message.
hmm
And so a lot of times we make jokes to turn heads, but then we try and present right away that this is a real. I think this is probably one of the ones you mentioned.
yeah.
yeah,
And then there's others that we just think are fun and funny, and will pick up on some zeitgeist. Like I think that was an AI generated when VO3 was coming out. We were playing with that, and we thought that'd be really funny.
yeah,
And we're so sort of confident in the quality of our service and operations, and that if
yeah,
somebody finds us, that even if they don't buy from us, we're going to help them have a better goodbye or a more affordable goodbye, or that we're willing to really be out there, and explore where is that line of appropriateness. And so so far I don't think we found it, but
We're
we
still
keep
searching.
yeah, we keep trying. But thank you
And the thing
for
is,
that's one we're very proud of.
yeah.
That
And the
well,
thing
that's
is,
internally
what I
we go,
mean.
yeah.
Like that's one kind of piece of evidence that there's a shift in the industry. Like even just talking, like you know what I mean, making light of something like that. It's entertaining, and we're all going to end up there. And it was
and the
it was
bottom
really
line
good.
is everything that we do really is to create awareness, to let
Yes.
people know that we're there, we're out there, we're a little different. We're not the traditional, stuffy funeral home. We're
Right.
here to open your eyes and educate you and say, "Oh, there's type.
Yeah. Well,
Do
you
it a
do a
little
great
different."
Great job of it. You had mentioned, being on having your caskets on sets and things like that. It seems like you've got, an in with the Hollywood scene. What kind of demand is there for caskets on sets?
Well, we do supply caskets to prop houses, and we have right now reputation in the industry. If you want something unique or different,
Mhm.
they will call us. We'll make them whatever they're looking for whatever their set they're looking for. If they want it to look like a funeral home, looking something different, they'll come to us because they know we can get it, do it for them.
That's nice. And then also, I know you've got David Dusmalchin. I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm saying that correctly,
yeah.
who is your ambassador, which that's really awesome, with Grave Conversations. How did that come about?
So we were fortunate enough a few years ago to wake up one morning and see one of our caskets being used in Taylor Swift's anti-hero video.
Yeah.
And it was 2 days after we had been in front of the Federal Trade Commission arguing for a strengthening of the funeral rule. And
Okay.
so we got a ton of press about that. Taylor Swift always gets press, but there was a lot of press that said, "Look what she did. She unintentionally put shone a light on this business." And I
Yeah.
think with that, we there's many direct-to-consumer companies that have allied with brand ambassadors and celebrities, and so we thought, hey, maybe there's an opportunity for us here too.
Yeah.
And the long story short is we got connected with a big talent agency who found us Alon Gale, who's on board as our creative director. He was a producer of The Bachelor and he reality TV, and now he just scripted. He's a very talented person, and it was
Yeah.
his idea to then bring on David as something that would fit both David's brand. He
Yeah.
doesn't do partnerships like this, but
Yeah.
he had also had a very personal story where he had lost his parents and didn't feel great about how the funeral process went. And so we met and we talked a few times and thought there'd be a good fit here, and we keep exploring things to do together.
He's a natural too for this.
He's really, yeah. It's really, really good.
Probably.
The Grave Conversations
Yeah.
are really good. So, overarching goal, what is it sounds like it's education. What do you have, like, when you picture Titan Casket in 5 years, 10 years, what kind of impact have you made?
I mean, this industry as a casket company has never been branded. No, if you ask yourself of a casket company, you can't think of a casket company.
You're
So
absolutely right.
I think our goal should be a household name in caskets,
More than
Okay.
or
caskets.
funeral
More than
space.
caskets.
Yeah, is that funeral space?
Yeah.
That's why it's
If
yeah,
when somebody's thinking about a loss or has a loss, we want
yeah.
them to know that we're a trusted partner they can turn to and will help
We're the
them.
one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, you want something unique. You want help planning. You want help whatever aspect of that funeral you're looking for. Titans, the company you should call.
Do you currently offer planning and things like that?
We do. We have
You
a
do.
concierge service. This is a newer
Oh,
part of our business, but we have a concierge service where we'll come in, we'll assess needs, we'll help you plan in advance or plan at the time of need, we'll help you pick a funeral home. We can obviously supply the casket and urn if that's right, but that's not a requirement. We're just putting options
right.
in front of you. We could answer, you find you a good attorney, everything you would need. We want to, people spend too much time thinking about logistics during a time of
Yeah.
loss and
Mm-hmm.
not focused on their loved one and their family and they spend too much money and all those, it's a broken process in many ways. And
Yeah.
we want people to think about it ahead of time or
Yeah,
help
just
them.
sit. Yeah, and just for the comfort of your living room, relax, no pressure. Pick up the phone, call us, and that alone, without having that pressure to make a decision right then and there, would take the experience and just change it.
That's amazing. Another example of what I mean, like the industry is changing. So I
Yeah,
think it's
it's evolving.
moving in
Absolutely.
moving in a wonderful direction. Um, all right. So I've got a few rapid fire questions and then I'll let you guys get on with your day. I know you're busy. Okay, both of you can take turns answering. Are you afraid to die? Why or why not?
I will say, I was thinking about this a lot during grave conversations, and the answer is yes, but not for me. I just, I have, I'm married, I have 3 kids. Liz is our other co-founder. She's not here.
Hmm.
And I think I would just, it's such a joy to watch my family evolve and my kids grow. And I would just, that's what I'm afraid of is missing. And that's
Yeah.
true about death. It's true about just like taking a work trip and all these things. But
Yeah.
that's when I watch people in grave conversations answer these types of questions, and is this what we want to happen? People want somebody to reflect, and that was how I was thinking about it.
Yeah, that's very similar to me too. when you think about your family not being there for them,
Yep.
missing out on not being part of their lives. There's several moments and weddings, and you want to be there for your family. I mean, am I afraid to die? Probably a little bit, but it's just knowing in my back of my brain not being around. Like, I don't have parents. My parents have since passed, and got to be there for my mother when she was at hospice, and know what she went through, what went through her mind, and I totally get it. And just not being there for your family, that's the key for me.
Gotcha. Buried or cremated or aquamated or green burial or any of the other options that are available now?
Buried.
Josh?
I think the same. I think whether that's as in a casket or in an urn. I think, but I'm a believer in permanent memorialization and having a
Yeah.
place to allow those to visit who choose.
Yeah. And I feel if you're not, if in my opinion, if you're not buried, you're taking away from your family to visit, a place to visit. And you don't think about it now, but years from now when you're not around, your
Mhm.
children aren't going to visit all the time, but they will go every once in a while, and they'll
Yeah.
sit and contemplate you and life. And so
Yeah.
Okay. And have you selected your own caskets? And if so, what model are we looking at?
that goes back and forth for me.
Between what? What are we looking at?
Jokingly a little bit, our hyper casket, because it's a love of mine, but I don't, maybe our Asher oak, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah,
Josh?
I would do a plain pine box.
Yeah.
Something very simple.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there anything that people should know about Titan that we haven't talked about?
Check us out. Yeah, check
Go.
us out. We're here to have fun. We're the world's largest seller of funeral products, in my opinion, and with a twist to have a good time. And like you see, we have a little mascot called Mort. I don't know if you know
Yep.
about Mort there. We're just here to lighten the room a little bit, to make it a little less scary, and want to be there to help as many families as possible.
Right on. That's awesome. Well, it has been a real pleasure. Listeners, you can learn more about Titan Casket at titancasket.com. I will also include all the social handles in the show notes. Gentlemen, I cannot thank you enough for your time today. It has been a very big pleasure of mine, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you,
Well,
Ashley.
thank you.
All righty. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.